In the heart of a summer night, I woke to the distant howl of a lone wolf. It echoed through the dense forest surrounding our campgrounds, prickling my skin with an inexplicable unease. The fire crackled, casting eerie shadows on the faces of my fellow campers, all friends from college, now strewn across the picnic blanket in various stages of sleep. Morning brought a comforting routine. I zipped up my tent, the sound of teeth unclasping echoing in the quiet. The forest hummed with life, sunlight filtering through leaves and casting dappled patterns on the earth. Breakfast was an assembly line of instant coffee and granola bars, our hands brushing as we passed around supplies. Days blurred into a familiar rhythm, hikes up the mountain trails, laughter echoing off the trees, nights spent huddled around the fire, faces illuminated by its warm glow. The forest felt vast yet comforting, like a secret shared among us all. It was a world away from our city lives, a temporary escape. Yet, subtle changes began to stir my unease. A faint metallic tang hung in the air some mornings, like blood or rust. Whispers rustled through the leaves during hikes, but stopped abruptly when we turned towards them. And at night, I'd swear I saw shapes darting between the trees, only to vanish when I looked again. One evening, as we sat around the fire, I felt it, a cold spot at my back. I shifted, trying to ignore the chill seeping through my jacket. But it persisted, growing colder, more intense. I stood abruptly, my chair scraping against the earth. My friends turned towards me, their faces bathed in firefight, eyes reflecting concern and confusion. I stumbled away from the fire, towards the forest edge. The cold followed me, wrapping around me like a frozen embrace. I stopped under an ancient tree, its gnarled branches stretching out like skeletal fingers. And then, I saw it, a figure standing in the distance, barely visible amidst the trees. It seemed to be looking at me, unmoving. Panic surged through me. I turned to run back to camp, but my legs refused to move. The cold was everywhere now, seeping into my bones, freezing my thoughts. Time stretched, each second an eternity. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, the cold vanished. My body unlocked, and I fled. Back at camp, my friends were still sitting around the fire, their conversations picking up where they'd left off. They looked at me, questioning, but how could I explain what I didn't understand myself? So, I sat down, shivering, as if just coming in from the cold. After that night, things worsened rapidly. Shadows seemed to follow us on our hikes, darkening when we glanced their way. The metallic tang was constant now, clinging to my tongue like a bad taste. And the whispers. They grew louder, more insistent. They sounded almost like words, but I refused to acknowledge them. One morning, I woke to find all our tents unzipped. Not just mine, but everyone's. Our belongings were scattered around, as if we'd been robbed. But nothing was missing. It was simply rearranged. Personal items interspersed with each other's. My book beside someone else's backpack. Their sunglasses resting on my sleeping bag. My friends looked at me, fear in their eyes. We knew then that something was happening, something sinister and deliberate. But we were trapped, our cars blocked by fallen trees, the only path out guarded by an unseen force. That night, I saw it again. The figure from before, now clear as day, standing right at the forest edge. It looked like me, or rather what I would look like if I'd been dead for years. Gaunt cheeks, sunken eyes, skin pale and blue-tinged, and yet it moved with a life of its own, taking one step forward. Panic seized my friends and me. We huddled together, watching the figure approach. It stopped mere feet away, staring at us. Then, slowly, it raised its arm, pointing back towards the forest. Before we could react, it vanished. Morning came with a sense of urgency. Following the figure's gesture, we ventured deeper into the forest than ever before. The trees grew denser here, the undergrowth thicker, and then we found it, a small clearing filled with ourselves. Or rather, our doppelgangers. Dozens of them, all in various states of decay, clustered around an old well. Horror gripped us. I approached the well cautiously, my heart pounding. As I looked inside, I saw something glinting at the bottom, a necklace. My necklace. It was the only thing tying me to this place, this reality. Without thinking, I reached in, grasping it tightly. A jolt ran through me, and suddenly everything shifted. The doppelgangers vanished, the forest thinned, and our campgrounds reappeared. But something felt off. My friends looked at me, strangers now, their faces blank. And then I understood. They couldn't see me anymore. I walked back to my tent, alone, the necklace clutched in my hand. The metallic tang was gone, replaced by an overwhelming silence. As I sat inside, zipping up the flap, I felt a cold spot at my back once more. But this time, it wasn't just cold, it was empty. In that moment I knew I was no longer part of their world, or perhaps they were not part of mine. Either way, something had changed irrevocably, and I was left alone in the silence, waiting for whatever came next. In the chill of a pre-dawn June morning, I'm awake before my alarm. The tent's fabric rustles softly, like someone's breathing close by. I freeze, heart pounding, but it stops. Just wind, I tell myself, hands trembling as I unzip the flap. The campsite is peaceful, dew glistening on pine needles. My fellow campers are still asleep in their tents. I start a fire, the flames licking at dry wood, casting flickering shadows that dance on nearby tree trunks. Breakfast is a silent affair, crunching granola bars, sipping instant coffee, the world waking up around me. We're here for a week-long hiking trip, our first without adult supervision. Yesterday was perfect, laughter echoing off the mountains as we navigated trails, setting up camp together, roasting marshmallows under starlit skies. Today promises more of the same. But as we set out, something feels off. The air is heavier today, cloying in my lungs. The forest is quieter too, as if it's holding its breath. I shake off the unease, attributing it to last night's poor sleep. The first few hours pass normally. We hike single file along the trail, boots crunching gravel. The sun climbs higher, warming our backs. We pause for lunch by a babbling brook. I notice strange patterns in the dirt, like something was dragged here recently, but brush it off as animal tracks. Afternoon stretches into late afternoon. The forest grows denser around us, darker too. Shadows pool between gnarled roots and twisted branches, making me feel watched. My steps slow, I linger behind, watching their retreating forms. They don't notice, or maybe they don't care. Absorbed in their own thoughts. The trail forks. Neither remembers which way we came from this morning. We stand there, silent, indecision hanging heavy like the thick air. A breeze ruffles my hair, carrying a faint whisper. It sounds almost like laughter. My skin prickles. I shrug it off, choosing left. We hike on, the silence growing oppressive. No birdsong today. Just our ragged breaths echoing through the trees. The sun dips lower, casting eerie rays through breaks in the canopy. Shadows stretch long, reaching out like skeletal fingers. Hours later, we stop for a water break. As I fill my bottle from our filter, I notice something floating in the stream, a human tooth. My stomach lurches. I drop the bottle, water sloshing onto mossy rocks. The others look at me, questioning, but I just shake my head, can't explain what's wrong. That night around the fire, we're all jumpy. Logs snap and pop, sending sparks flying like tiny comets. Each sound makes us flinch, rustling leaves, distant hoots, the crackle of flames. We turn in early, eager for sleep, for escape. But sleep doesn't come easily. The forest is alive tonight, whispers echoing through the trees. They grow louder, more insistent. I sit up, heart racing. The others are awake too, eyes wide, listening. The whispers stop abruptly, leaving an oppressive silence in their wake. Morning brings no relief. We pack up silently, faces pale. The forest is still, unnaturally so, as if it's waiting. For what? I don't want to know. We find the trailhead eventually, but our joy is short-lived. A thick metal chain blocks the way out. Locked. How? We didn't pass this yesterday. Confusion turns to panic as we tug uselessly at the links. Trapped. Hours turn into days. We ration food, water. Hope dwindles along with supplies. No one mentions it, but we're thinking the same thing. Something doesn't want us to leave. Then, on day 4, I hear it again. Laughter. Faint, but definite. It's coming from inside me? No, that can't be right. But it echoes through my head, grows louder, drowning out all rational thought. The others look at me, fear in their eyes. They hear it too. I collapse, hands pressed against throbbing temples. The laughter stops suddenly, replaced by a voice. A child's voice, clear as day. Play with us. It echoes in my mind, repeats over and over. The others convulse simultaneously, falling to the ground beside me. When we come to, something is different. We're not trapped anymore. The chain is gone. But neither are we alone. Footprints surround our campsite. Small, child-sized footprints leading deeper into the forest, towards Lofter. We follow, drawn by an inexplicable force. The trees thin, revealing a clearing. In the center stands something impossible, a playground. It's old, rusted, overgrown with weeds. A swing creaks softly in the breeze, as if recently used. The laughter comes again, clearer now. Children playing, carefree and innocent. But there are no children here, just us. And yet, I see them now, faint outlines darting between slides and jungle gyms. They're laughing, reaching out small hands towards me. Snap back to reality. I'm on the ground, knees scraped raw, gasping for breath. The others are around me, faces ashen, eyes wide with terror. What just happened? Did we see something? We run then, fleeing that place. Back at the trailhead, we don't look back. Don't speak of it either, not even when we're safely home. I try to forget, but sometimes at night, I still hear it, laughter echoing through my head, children's voices calling out, "Play with us." And I wonder, what did we leave behind in that forest? What followed us home? Because now, when I close my eyes, I swear I can see them. Those ghostly forms reaching out, asking me to play again. Forever. I wake in the damp, my sleeping bag zipped to my chin. The tense canvas sighs as it expands in the morning chill. I unzip, stretch, the campground's symphony of birds and distant traffic filling my ears. Normal life. A cup of coffee on the Coleman stove, the bitter brew warming me as sunlight touches my face. I hike today, the trailhead beckoning through the trees. The forest floor crunches underfoot, pine needles releasing their scent as I walk. My breath hitches when a squirrel darts across my path, but it's just a squirrel, normal life. The hike is beautiful, sun filtering through canopy, dappling the trail with gold. I reach the summit, eat lunch on a rock, watching clouds lazily drift by, peaceful. Descending, shadows grow longer, air cooler. An uncomfortable prickling starts at my neck. Like unseen eyes, I shrug it off, attributing it to isolation. The trail forks, and I hesitate, unsure of which path leads back. Both seem familiar yet wrong. I choose left, the prickling intensifying. The forest grows denser, darker. Trees crowd in, branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. I shiver, not from cold, but from an unsettling sense that something isn't right. The world seems to tilt slightly, my perception off-kilter. The escalating wrongness is subtle, incremental, yet undeniable. Night falls abruptly, stars hidden behind a thicket of branches. I should have turned back earlier. Panic nips at me as I realize I'm lost. I set up camp hastily, hands shaking, the tense glow my only solace in the oppressive darkness. Sleep doesn't come easily. The forest whispers around me, sounds twisted into eerie murmurs. I wake suddenly, heart pounding. A cold touch grazes my cheek. I freeze, listening. Nothing but the wind. Yet, I can't shake the feeling that something's close, breathing. Morning brings no relief. The forest is different, the air heavy with dread. The trees seem closer, their gnarled roots snaking across the path. My mind plays tricks, shadows taking on horrific forms. This is beyond wrongness now, it's a point of no return. I try to retrace my steps, but everything looks alien. The forest has shifted overnight, paths erased, landmarks changed. A sense of unreality grips me as I stumble through the woods, lost in a world that doesn't obey its usual rules. A glint catches my eye, metal wedged into a tree trunk. A campsite? Hope surges, then dies when I see it's a rusted old kettle, not even a clue left by another hiker. Yet, there's something familiar about the tree. The bark pattern seems to form a face, eyes hollow and accusing. My mind's playing tricks again. Days blend into one long nightmare. Hunger gnaws at me, but fear keeps my stomach tight. I exist in a state of heightened anxiety, every rustle, every shadow a potential threat. My perception is warped, reality bent to fit my growing terror. I find myself back at the fork, both paths leading into darkness. Defeat washes over me. I am lost, truly lost. There's no way out, no rescue forthcoming. An ambiguous ending, not because of what happened, but because it's unclear if anything ever happened at all. As I stand there, indecision paralyzing me, a cold wind picks up, whistling through the trees. It sounds like laughter. The forest seems to grin around me, its teeth sharp and hungry. Then, as suddenly as it started, the wind dies down, leaving an oppressive silence. I turn back towards the path, my footsteps echoing eerily in the quiet. As I walk, I can't shake the feeling that I'm not alone anymore. Something's out there watching, waiting, and maybe, just maybe, it's been waiting for me all along.